Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sports Place where we talk sports and sports debates. Before we get started, go ahead and hit like and subscribe for me below, and let's start the show. All right, so we have a possible fight coming up between Pacquiao and Crawford. Who do you think it's going to happen, and who do you think would win?
I'm gonna get after this one. So, number one, I understand why Terrence Crawford wants to fight Manny Pacquiao. Number one, getting the legend on your record, the type of fighters that you beat. People don't look at the dates; they look at the names. When you go on Wikipedia and you look up, professional boxing record, you're going to look at the names and you're going to say, oh, he beat Manny Pacquiao. You're not going to think about the fact that he beat Manny Pacquiao several years after Manny Pacquiao's prime. Manny Pacquiao, why he's still boxing, I don't really get it. I mean, he's proven everything he has to prove in the sport. He's made lots of money. I'm really not understanding why he still feels the need to be in the sport. But that's something that he can answer. What I will say is that this isn't a legacy fight to me for Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford should, and he's tried to call these guys out, but he should meet Errol Spence, and they need to get it on. To me, that's the fight. But it's not going to make as much money as a Pacquiao fight. Pacquiao fights go 15, 20 million each. He is the up-and-coming name in the sport. He's an incredibly strong person, incredible athlete. Manny Pacquiao's on the downslide, mainly because, his hand speed may be there in bursts. But one of the things that I see slowing down with Manny Pacquiao and why he's been in tougher fights in some cases is his foot speed is slower. One of the things that made Manny Pacquiao so great was his angles, side to side, in and out. Like, it was like he holds his hands really low, which is why he's been knocked out a few times. Or at least, the one devastating knockout that we know. But that side to side, in and out, I remember hearing Brandon Rios say fighting Manny Pacquiao was like he thought he had 8 arms because he was hitting you with so many punches from so many angles. He was like, it was just unbelievable how many punches were coming at you from so many angles and all that. And it was because of his footwork, not just because of his hand speed. So I think when you saw him fight Jeff Horn and when you've seen him fight some of these other fights, though he got robbed against Jeff Horn, that would have been the type of fighter Manny Pacquiao would have knocked out, years earlier. And what a lot of people, the casual boxing fan, doesn't realize is Manny Pacquiao has never been a big puncher. That's not what he's not like a heavy-handed guy. It's that he just peppers you with so many punches, so many unanswered.
And the fact that he can punch with both of the hands,
right.
It doesn't matter. He's like super ambidextrous with the punches.
Right. And they're coming at you so fast and from so many angles that he just beats you into submission. And Manny Pacquiao is going to be, now that his feet are slowing down a little bit, I don't think that he's, going to be able to get Terrence Crawford with those kinds of shots coming at him all the time. You look at guys that Manny Pacquiao fought, whether it's Floyd Mayweather, who Manny Pacquiao is older than. I'm sorry, Floyd Mayweather is older than Manny Pacquiao. Floyd Mayweather, Juan Manuel Marquez, the bald-headed dude that I couldn't stand, Timothy Bradley. That's right, Timothy Bradley. Yeah. All those dudes are retired now. All the guys from Manny Pacquiao's generation are no longer fighting, but Manny Pacquiao continues to fight on. He has nothing to prove. This is not the kind of fight that I would like to see, and I hope that Manny Pacquiao doesn't come out of this like getting hurt. But I think that Terrence Crawford's going to take it. I think he's going to dominate over 12 rounds. And Manny Pacquiao, like I said, holds his hands really low. And Terrence Crawford has been known to lift guys off their feet when they do that. So this isn't a good decision by Manny Pacquiao.
I have to agree. as much as I love as much as I love Manny Pacquiao, as much as I love Manny Pacquiao, he's a legend already in the game, but he's giving me Bernard Hopkins vibes right now. When you fight too much after your due dates, like you already did enough, you got enough in the bag, and then you're taking big fights from big name people. It's not like you're just out here taking a fight from Joe Schmo, a guy who's trying to up and come in. You're literally about to fight a 37-0 fighter who has 28 knockouts. Literally the guy at the top of his game right now. Powerful, athletic, smooth with it. It's just not the right time. In a different time frame, like I said, in Pacquiao's prime, this may be a good fight. But right now, it's cool for Crawford to get on his belt. But for Pacquiao, it's probably about the money. I hope he doesn't need money. I feel like he shouldn't need money at this point. You know what I'm saying? But pride sometimes can get you hurt too. Like you said, I hope he doesn't walk away from this in a bad situation, because like you said, he does fight with his hands low, and he does get overly aggressive sometimes. He comes out to fighters. He'll chase you around the ring. That's the type of guy he is.
Yeah.
And if you're chasing somebody, you're going to get hit with that punch that you don't see, and those are the worst ones that come. Yeah. So I love Pacquiao. I love him dearly, but I don't see this fight going his way. And if he does win, I'm going to be highly surprised. So we can see where it goes, but Manny, I feel like you should hang up your gloves while they still gold, man.
Right. And, I wouldn't be surprised if he won, because Manny Pacquiao is Manny Pacquiao, and Manny Pacquiao can fight.
Yeah, but you got, like you said, it's also Terence Crawford.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
see if it was like, even Ryan Garcia, them two fight, because Ryan is still very young.
Yeah.
I can get Pacquiao having that experience and that go-getter attitude going against Ryan. But a Terence Crawford, a guy who's been doing this for, I'm not going to say forever, but doing this for a while now, I just feel like his experience is almost up to par with Pacquiao was doing his prime in a way. Not saying he's done with the types of fights to Pacquiao, because Pacquiao fought anybody. He didn't duck anybody.
Right.
But Crawford, it's just like it's a whole different level of game right now. It's just not. I'm not gonna say it's not a fair fight, because Pacquiao always can do his thing. But it just looks at the playing field.
They're both ambidextrous. like Terence Crawford, I believe, is a southpaw.
Yeah.
But he'll hit you really hard with either hand. Terence Crawford, I believe at one point was, fighting 140, 147, but was deadlifting 450.
Yes.
Like he's incredibly strong.
And people don't understand how much your legs affect those punches that are thrown too. If you're not
definitely.
Really into boxing.
It's your core strength. You know what I mean? Like it's all
about from the hips and all that, man. They don't understand what goes into throwing a good punch.
And it just seems like Terence Crawford always finds an opening. Like even when it looks like it's going to be a good fight, he just finds that one time you drop your hands, and then all of a sudden, like literally, I'll never forget when he fought Gamboa and literally lifted Gamboa off his feet with an uppercut. Like it looked like Mike Tyson's punch out. If you like, he just literally just like lifted the dude off his feet with the punch. Terence Crawford is an elite level athlete, not just a great boxer. It will be a surprise, but it's, it won't like shock the world, in my opinion, if Manny Pacquiao pulls it out, because he's Manny Pacquiao. I will say, have you seen Manny Pacquiao's son with the afro?
No.
We're gonna do that.
I feel like you brought this up before, though.
Yo,
you said
all I'll say for our fans of the sports space, check out this picture of Manny Pacquiao and his son with the afro. I don't know what's going on there. But what's interesting is
my man from the Philippines. You got, they got that different type of blood down there. They can have some curly froze out there.
No, that's true, but I think he's doing something to make his hair like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's doing some sort of process to make his hair like that. And to me, it's so funny because Black people do everything they can to get Asian hair. They, you go to the weave store, they selling like silky Asian hair, silky Brazilian, all this kind of stuff. And then you go to Asia and people are literally doing a process to make their hair like black people.
Yeah.
Either way, Manny Pacquiao can afford that process for his son's hair, and he does not need to fight anymore. You know, he can just live it up with his wife and his kids. But, you know, fighting is addictive. That's why I say, you remember when I said, man, Ronda Rousey isn't a fighter?
Mm-hmm.
The way she walked away from the sport after getting her ass whooped, that clearly shows you she's not a fighter.
That's very
These
true.
other fighters can't walk away. They can't. Even Floyd, he can't just walk away clean. You know, you got these old men fighting these exhibitions because they can't give it up.
It's just a game.
Like a drug. But hopefully, like a drug is the sports place for you guys and other shows on Tour Productions. Watch us here. You know, we try to drop a show every weekday. So check us out. Like, subscribe, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and check us out here on the Sports Place. We'll be coming at you every single day this week. Peace.